I'm going to box up this Nikon Cool Scan 3, and also there's a holder for doing film. And then one of the first things to do is I made this guard for inserting in here, kind of protect the insides. There's a transport key screw that you screw inside here, as long as you get it straight. And that locks in. Then there's supposed to be another transport screw, and I really didn't have the exact screws, so I got one that fits, but you know, it isn't quite right, but it still works and it still locks in there. This is the locking screw. You don't want to power it on with the locking screws in place, so I put this label across here. This is a SCSI based scanner, and so I got that locked in there. And then these labels that I use are they're removable labels, so they won't really stick permanently to any surface. So that's a nice feature to have. But I'm going to remove the locking screw, plus I'm including a few pages from the manual, which you can get online. And here's another page with just about the locking screws. And then here I have some plastic bags. I always like to put the items in a plastic bag first. And then use the bubble wrap. So we got that going. So this gives plenty of padding. This is my box here that I'm using. And I put some foam down on the bottom. Got that there. And I also have this film film, 35mm film holder that I'm going to put in here also. There's that. And I wrap this up in some bubble wrap. This is just to make sure everything gets there in one piece, so it gets bounced around. I've shipped things all over the United States and shipped things overseas. So I just put in the cord in here in the bubble wrap bag. That. Then I have to decide on this part here. Am I going to keep this nice and padded? And then you got this here too. So I have some other foam. There's that. Anything to pad it up. There's that. Put a little foam in between there. Okay, and we got that there. And then we take some peanuts, fill the box up some more. Okay, got that gone. It's here, and putting in here the added information. And the invoice, close this up. There we go. Sometimes people think I do too much, but we never want to always want to protect the item. You want to go through all this work and for it to get busted up to the buyer. And I always put the address here. This one's going to Kansas. So I can put this, even though it's printed on the shipping label that I print online, at least here it's in a double spot. And then I put these labels I printed out. I don't ship a lot of stuff anymore. Not like I used to. Used to buy these labels. So put a fragile on there. And it just, you know, it lets the shipper know, and it also lets the buyer know that, you know, don't bang this around. The less banging, the better. So I put these on all four sides. That, and then the last thing, I do is I go ahead and weigh it, and it's 8 pounds 5 ounces, which is 9 pounds in any other world. So it's 9 pounds. So this just helps remember. And then the size of the box is 18, 12, 10. And now all I do is put the printed out shipping label and it's ready to go. Thank you for watching this video.